Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope you all are safe and fine at home. Children, did you watch all the three sessions of lesson number 1? So, I'm sure you have understood all the topics clearly. But then also, let us revise all the topics once again in this session. So, children, are you ready? Let us start.
So, what are integers? Integers are a set of all natural numbers, their negatives, and 0. Natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, their negatives -1, -2, -3, -4. There are infinitely many positive and negative integers are there. 0 is neither a negative nor a positive. Children, please remember this. And then as you move towards the right side, the value of the number increases, and as you move towards the left side, value of the number decreases. Here -1 is the greatest negative integer. Keep it in mind, children. -1 is the greatest negative integer. One more thing I will explain to you over here. If you want to add a positive integer, you have to move towards the right side, and if you want to add negative integer, you have to move towards left side. And opposite to that, if you want to subtract positive integer, you have to move towards left side, and if you want to subtract negative integer, you have to move to the right side. So children, all of you understood this? Okay. From the above table, it is very easy to understand that integers are closed for addition and subtraction both. Means if we will add or subtract any two integers, we will get the integer as an answer. The next is addition is commutative for integers, but subtraction is not commutative for integers. That means if we change the order of the integer and add, the answer is same. But if we will change the order while doing the subtraction, the answer will not be same. The third one is associative property. Associative means addition is associative for integers and subtraction is not associative for integers. That means you can make a group of any two integers, add both the integers, and add the third integer to the result of the first two. The answer will not change in any of the case. Clear? And the last one is if we add 0 to any number, we get that number itself as the answer. That is, suppose you are adding -28 plus 0 gives us -28, and 46 plus 0 gives us 46. So, understood? The next point I will discuss is multiplication of integers. For any two integers, a into minus b is equal to minus a into b, and the answer is minus ab. That means product of a positive and a negative integer is a negative integer. Clear, children? Over here all of you understood? 7 multiplied by -6 is equal to -7 multiplied by 6 gives us -42. Understood? The next is for any two integers, minus a into minus b is equal to a into b. That means if we multiply two negative integers, we get the positive product. Are you getting? Understood? Suppose if I will multiply over here -11 into -6, I will get +66 as the answer. Now, what is the third one? The third one is if you are multiplying odd number of negative integers, that means 3, 5, 7, odd number of negative integers, then the product is negative. For example, minus 2 into minus 10 into minus 4 gives us minus 80. And if you are multiplying even number of negative integers, then the product is positive. That means 2, 4, 6, 8. Now here minus 3 into minus 5 into minus 4 into minus 2 gives us 120, because here the number of negative numbers integers are 4. So the product is positive. The next point I will discuss is properties of multiplication of integers. Here closure property. Closure property means a into b is equal to ab. Means if we multiply any two integers, we get integer as an answer. Understood? Commutative property. The commutative property, what does it say? A change in order of the integers does not change the product. Means a into b is equal to b into a. The third one is associative property. The product of integers does not depend upon the grouping of the integers. Means we can make a pair of any two integers, multiply them and multiply the third integer with the product. Clear, children? The next one is distributive property. For any three integers a, b and c, we can add b and c and multiply the result by the a gives the same answer if we multiply a with b and a with c and then add both the products. Understood, children? The next one is multiplication by 0. All you know this, very simple. When we are multiplying any number by 0, we get 0 as the answer. And the last one is known as multiplicative identity. That is, if we multiply any integer by 1, we get that integer as the answer. Now we will discuss division of integers. For any two integers a and b, a divided by minus b equal to minus a divided by b, but b is not equal to 0. When we divide a positive integer by a negative integer or a negative integer by a positive integer, first we divide them as whole numbers and then put a minus sign before the quotient. For example, minus 60 divided by 5 is equal to minus 12. 60 divided by minus 5 equal to minus 12. Now second one is for any two integers a and b, minus a divided by minus b equal to a divided by b, again where b is not equal to 0. That means if we divide a negative integer by a negative integer, we first divide them as whole numbers and put a positive sign before the quotient. For example, minus 76 divided by minus 19 is equal to 4. So children, you have understood. Now, last topic of the revision is properties of division of integers. For any integer a divided by 0 is not defined. Any integer divided by 0 is meaningless. Next one is 0 divided by a equal to 0. For example, 0 divided by 25 equal to 0. 0 divided by any integer other than 0 equal to 0. And the last one is a divided by 1 equal to a. For example, minus 42 divided by 1 is equal to minus 42. That means any integer divided by 1 gives the same integer. I hope you all have understood the revision. Now, I request all of you to please watch this video and do the proper revision. Thank you. Have a nice time.